We're here, we're getting ready for Mailbag. We're doing Mailbag today with Custard, and we may have guest appearances from the gifts, especially if DJ turns up to keep an eye on it. So that's the plan. We'll see how it goes, and I'm going to start bringing in all the Mailbag boxes right meow, and then we'll get going. Custard is attentively watching me, so we'll talk more about what he's doing in here once we get closer to the time. Hang on. All right, like I said, I'm going to start bringing in some boxes. So if you are watching this on the archive, Mailbag should start at 10. I'm aiming for 10. I might be running a little late today, but we'll see. Right now, it looks like I have enough time to get everything done. But if we're a couple minutes late, I hope you forgive me. Either way, I'm going to start bringing the stuff in, and then if you want to watch Custard roll around here on the floor and check out the boxes, you can do that. Or if you want to just skip ahead to 10 o'clock and see if I'm here, question mark, let me know. Let me know what you find. Come back here and let me know whether I'm here at 10 or not. Okay? Thanks. Now you stay here, pal. I'll bring in boxes. It'll be fun. No. I see you reaching your paw through the door. I know. You're desperate. Come on there, buddy. This is going to be fun. Oh, no. Back. It's going to be fun. Get everything in the door, and then I'll arrange it. Custard's not going to play along here. Oh, big surprise, buddy. You're watching the Eastern Shore, but I come in from the Western Front. Got this. Fooled you, Mr. Custard. Check out these boxes now. Oh. Doodle, you ready for a mailbag, buddy? You sound like you are. Hi, pal. Oh, good to see you. Hey, everybody. I am late. Sorry about that. I lost track of time already. I can do that so quickly. Let's start with the mailbag jingle, and then I'll talk to you about everything.
Kitten Academy's where you wanna be when you are a cat. On a Saturday they can pounce playtime for the mailbag.
All right. It has been a wild and crazy week. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of things happened. A lot of news. A lot of Custard being a little bit room. He's always been that way. He's always been a bully. He's been a joke with us, which is one of the reasons why we sent him to go stay with DJ at her apartment when we could. And now he's back for the weekend, and so is DJ. And he has immediately tried to start all the fights that he can. I feel like last time he came home for a weekend, I was like, you know what, this is just how it's always been, and we got used to it. This morning he was a little bit more aggressive than it had been, which I don't think is just because he's been away. And I don't think it's because like he's forgotten the other cats and now they're new to him and he feels like he has to beat them up even more. But it might just be like, he hasn't been playing enough and he wants to take out some of that extra energy. I don't know what it is. All I know is that he has definitely set us up in a position where we've got to give him his own room for a while. We'll treat him just like we would with a strange cat in the house, which we have all the time, like any of our mom cats that come in that need time to adjust. So we'll set him up with the best room that we have and make sure that he's happy and gets to spend plenty of time with us. And in his case, he might even we'll let, supervised visits from other cats, including, I told DJ if she comes down to join the mailbag when she gets up, she's still in bed, that she should bring the kittens with her, the gifts, because as long as one of us is here to keep an eye on how rough he's playing with them, we should be fine to play with them for a while. I don't see any trouble with that. I think it'll be fun. Anyway, enough about that. That's why Custard's in here, and I'm in here because, well, the alternative was to do it right outside the door with the rest of the faculty. So it was, I thought this would be more fun to do it with Custard. I think Custard will do it too. Plus, I can sort of kill two birds with one stone and spend a little bit extra time with Custard while we're doing the mailbag. So I think it's good. Now, let's see. For all of the rest of the news, let's see. Acro went to the hospital this week to get diagnostics, not for any like emergency treatment or anything. And so far, we're waiting on the results of the diagnostics. We expect them to be back probably actually at this point, because of the holiday weekend, especially sometime next week. It's nothing urgent. His situation is not going to get any better or worse while we wait for the diagnostics. So he's in the spare bedroom, the guest bedroom upstairs across from the annex. And we're keeping him isolated, but only so that we can keep a real close eye on how much he's eating and stuff. I've been wanting to sort of open the door and let the kittens come in and meet him and play with him a little bit. So we might do that today now that I've got kind of a handle on how much he's eating. He's doing okay, is the bottom line. About the same, really. The gifts might come in here. You might see them. You know that this week they went for their graduation surgery. All three of them have been spayed. It went very well. They also got their final vaccines, and they will all be ready to go home. And all three of them are being picked up by their adopters a week from today on the 11th. Which is also KACon, which is a real big deal. And the KACon people wanted me to mention that for everybody on Discord, on our Patreon subscriber Discord, they are doing a test run of KACon Zoom. So for people that want to be involved in the KACon next week,
via Zoom. They're doing a test run on that to make sure that the technology works on their end, and also for you to make sure the technology works on your end. Immediately, the message I got was immediately after Mailbag, and if you want to know more about it, and you're on the Discord, there is a KACon channel on the Discord. If you check the pinned messages there, the pinned messages on the KACon channel will tell you hopefully everything you need to know. Otherwise, ask questions there in the KACon channel on the Discord. I'm sure somebody will answer all the questions. I haven't had much of a chance to look at it myself, so I don't know. But I should probably participate in that test because I'm going to want to make sure it works on my end too. I've only ever Zoomed once before when we were invited at the Quarantina-Palooza with Sarah Donner, who did the theme song you just heard, by the way. Wonderful people. Let's see. Weebops, the little hipster Weebops that you see on the two screens that are covering my head, hopefully, had a lot happen this week. They're gaining weight like crazy. They're growing like crazy. They started running around like crazy, and then they had a whole bunch of firsts. It's funny, yesterday morning about this time, I wandered in there with some KMR2 to try to see if they would eat. And we only had a couple of them try the KMR2, really. The rest of them were like, I don't know. And then last night, I moved the food bowl of Fancy Feast, adult Fancy Feast, just the regular old Fancy Feast stuff that our vet says, by the way, that we should feed to everybody, including the kittens. So I'm fine with that. I moved it into their area, and they have all eaten that now. Some of them more than others. In fact, Retro went nuts on it last night. Artie went nuts on it this morning. They've all been eating very well from the Fancy Feast and from Mom. It's great. It's awesome to see. So they just went in one day from never having eaten food on their own to eating all the stuff, just tons of it. And it's really great to see. It's wonderful. Let's see. There is a litter box that's up there too that we're trying to get them to learn to use. So far, nobody's figured out the litter box. By the way, Retro earns the reward for being the first one to go over the barrier in the room too. Retro, she went over the barrier yesterday. I think it was in the morning when I was in the process of. It must have been afternoon. I don't know. Everything's a blur right now, but it was when I was in the process of putting the food in their area, like I was talking about. She just climbed right up on the barrier and right over, no help at all. And then immediately followed by Ironic, who actually did get a little help. My knee was close to the barrier, and she reached up and grabbed my jeans and used that to pull herself over, but it still counts. So how about that? Oh, actually, the note here says Indy. Now I'm confused. I don't remember which one it was. I think at the moment it happened, I said Indy, and then I realized after it was Ironic, but you know what? We'll just put a big question mark on that. All right. Also, yes, the photo shoot happened too. Was that just in the last week? I find that difficult to believe. It seems like 1,000 years ago already. Whatever it was, they did reach out to me for the interview too, but I haven't gotten back to them by email yet. I need to do that. That's on my to-do list for today. Finally, I know it's a lot of news for one day, but there are a whole bunch of new things, content for us. Our website, kitten.academy is the website. It's just kitten.academy. There's no W's, there's no comms, just kitten.academy. If you go there, there's 3 new blog posts this week, which has got to be a record, I think an all-time record probably. So the one that's the most recent is the new art challenge on our Twitter, which you should check out and participate in. Everybody should participate in. I love all of it. They're all great. And then there's even links in that one to make it easy for anybody to find the previous 2, which are a ton, like over 100 pictures of the gifts and the faculty, and even Gabby, I think, appears in there a little bit. And then the one before that is a whole bunch of pictures of the new little hipster Weebops from the time when they were 1 week old and the time when they were about 2 weeks old. And now that they're over 3 weeks old, it's probably time for me to do yet another little photo shoot with them, which I'm really looking forward to. I've got all these photo shoot ideas that I need to get done, but it's been a heck of a busy week. Okay, that's it. Look, we're all caught up now. That was a lot to get caught up on, but there you have it. Oh, did I say vinyl over the, oh man, wow, okay. I guess it was, I said retro over the wall first, which I thought it was, but no, it was vinyl. Everybody's correcting me on the chat. Boy, and they're all playing bingo apparently. We haven't done bingo in a while. There's a bingo that the people on the Discord used to play all the time when they're watching Mailbag and they fill out squares for things like, I know it used to be like if I said a doorbell, they would get a bingo square for that. They're randomly generated. And I never look at them because I don't want to stack the deck, and either intentionally do or not do something that's on the bingo cards. But apparently getting the kitten names wrong was on the card, and a whole bunch of people just got that spot filled in. So, hey, congratulations to all of you. All right, Custard, you must have smelled the treats in there. Do you want a little tuna treat? You don't usually do treats for me, though, because you are kind of just into eating all the food and getting all chunky. I know you are. Okay, I guess you're going to eat this one, though. I know. That's also kind of chunky. All right. Okay, well, let's start with the letters like we always do. And, yeah, it's taken me a while to get here. Let's see, this is the one that is first, and we're going to start right out with the postcards from my mom. There was one she sent last week that didn't get to us in time, and then one for this week. So we have two of them, and if you want to see these well up close, you can look on our Twitter where I took pictures of them and posted them so that everybody would get a chance to examine all the details and these wonderful arts by Eugen Hartung, whose name I cannot pronounce correctly, I am told, but that doesn't stop me from saying something. So there you have it. So this one is a scene of, it looks like hitchhiking kittens hitchhiking kittens, and I see it's like a bunch of teenager, or maybe college age cats that are hitchhiking, and you can tell they're kind of like, carefree hippie types, wearing sandals and stuff, and then the family that's driving by has a mom and a dad in the car that look very concerned about these hipster cats. They don't want to pick up any, filthy hippies. But at the same time, their kid is sticking his head out of the car and really excited to see these crazy people on the side of the road, crazy cats on the side of the road. A lot of fun details in this one, too. The most interesting one is that the family of cats apparently has a pet parrot that they're taking with them on this road trip for some reason. I don't know why they would do that. They've got a canoe in the back of their car. I thought it was a surfboard at first, but the fact that there's a couple wooden paddles there gives away the fact it's probably a canoe or a kayak. The parrot's the strange thing, though. That just seems strange to me. Anyway, here's a postcard from my mom, and on the back it says, "Dear Chris, DJ, and KA lovers, wow, what a whirlwind of activity this week. Bebop moving kittens here, there, and everywhere. You are like a new dad jumping out of bed all night long responding to the baby monitor. It won't be long now until you can get a full night's sleep. I'm sure you are looking forward to that. In honor of the first day of summer happening this past week, 6/21, this was sent 6/27, I've sent you this card of a family I assume is going on vacation. All the little friends are waving goodbye and wishing they could go too. Love and hugs, Mom." Well, that's interesting. You have a very different interpretation of this than I did. But I'm going to stick with mine especially because three of the cats that are on the road already are giving the universal hitchhiking sign. They got their little thumbs out for a ride, and then there's the slowpoke in the back who's still climbing over the fence, and he's got his bag with him. They all have bags packed too, so they wouldn't just be left behind. I think they've got all their stuff because they're hitchhiking. And then the vacation, I also assume it's a vacation because they have luggage packed and they look like they're ready for a vacation. Plus, you got to look at Dad's expression that he is giving to these hitchhikers. It's crazy. Like, he is just, you can almost hear the words filthy hippies in his head. But the vacation makes sense because they got their kayak and their luggage, but I still don't understand why they have a parrot with them. That's just the weirdest thing to bring on vacation, and doubly weird if you are a family of cats. P.S. Did you get my card mailed to your house? Yes, I did, Mom. I did. And I'm sure she's asking because in that card she sent me catnip seeds to grow our own catnip, which is going to be a very fun project. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, man. I really wanted to also, and then I ruined it. All right. There's another one, and like I mentioned, if you want to see these up close and look at all the detail in them, I did post close-up pictures of them on our Twitter just before Mailbag. Should be the most recent thing on our Twitter feed. This one is a schoolyard with the headmaster looking over the kids who are playing hopscotch. Not hopscotch. That game where you jump over the other kids' backs when they lean over is leapfrog. There we go. That's the name of it. Leapfrog is the game. And it says, "Dear Chris, Deepa, and KA friends." Oh, I should say there's a lot of detail in the faces and stuff in this one, but there's not as much detail just in the setting, in the environment. But their faces are all really fun. And of course, the one in the front, I think that the cat in front leaned down at the last second so that this guy would miss his jump and his face planted there. Anyway, it says, well, the new kids should be 3.5 weeks by the time you receive this card. They are. And I expect all sorts of adorable kitten antics will be going on. I can't count how many times I catch myself smiling at the phone screen or laughing out loud at the tiniest blep or yawn or ear wiggle. But now, the real fun begins. Love watching you care for these tiny babies, Chris. Hugs and kisses to all from Mom. Thank you, Mom. It is so sweet to get these postcards from you, and I have no idea how prolific of an artist this Eugene Hartung was, but I hope this keeps up for a while, because these are just wonderful, charming cards. I think they're fantastic. All right, so that is that part. Now we have a couple of other letters here. We have one that all I know is it comes from overseas because it says Post NL on it. Post NL. And inside we have "You Are a Treat," and it is a art of a little ginger tabby, like the ones upstairs, a classic tabby, surrounded by a heart made of cupcakes. Oh, delicious cupcakes. Oh boy. And inside it says, "Hi, Mr. A and Dr. DJ. Congratulations on the hipster Weebops. Bebop certainly took her time to bake them to perfection. She made sure to stay true to her bespoke recipe, but kept tossing and turning as she wasn't quite sure whether her vinyl would be best at 33 1/3, 45, or 78 rotations. If you ask me, that's rather ironic since they're all retro and it was sure to be an indie hit in any vintage store regardless. I hope you enjoy this card where she seems to show off her latest artisanal treats. Just like her feline bakers, I'm told she handcrafted or paw-crafted them all with all of her love. What do you think? Is Bebop ready to audition for the Great Purtish Bake-Off? I think so. With love and spoogles, Vin Cornelius and Vin Cornelius and well, I would say Tijgerchi, which doesn't. That's too many J's. There's too many J's in this. It would make more sense without the J's, which would just make it Tiger Tea, which is what I'm going to go with. I'm just going to pretend like there's silent J's. Do you have silent J's in the Netherlands? I'm not sure if you do or not, but you know what? I'm going to take that liberty because I'm the one that's here trying to read these things. Then we have a card right on the outside. It says it is from Nicole and Gabby. That's exciting. And it says, "Oh, a little note with a huge thank you." And there's some pictures of Gabby on it being so cute. In the one picture, she's looking at the camera through the mirror. She's very perked up to be seeing a mirror, which I noticed that was a thing for her at first when she got to her new house. She'd never seen a mirror here because all the mirrors that we have that are in rooms that are accessible to the cats are way off the ground. So she'd never seen that before. Now they're all great photos. I also really like this one though, where she's hugging her little bunny kicker that was handmade for her by Sage's Handmade. So cool. All right, dear Mr. A, DJ, and faculty, thank you so much for all that you do for mom cats and their kittens. Gabby is settling in very well and even lets me sleep up to 5 hours a night now. She has about 1 million toys thanks to all of her endowments and gifts from all the new human friends in her life who already love her so much. Gabby sends her love to all of you and a little extra to Ari and the gifts. From Nikki and Gabby. That is so sweet. Nikki, thank you so much for keeping us in the loop on how Gabby is doing. I miss her. I didn't realize how much I missed her until I was going through and editing the videos and our blog post that has all those pictures of her in it, of course. Just I don't know. She was really fun to have around, and hopefully Bebop ends up being that fun when she's done spending all of her attention on 7 kittens. But I feel like I didn't get to know Bebop as well in advance because Gabby, we kind of got to be friends, but Bebop, she was going through a lot trying to deliver and grow 7 kittens inside of her was a lot for her to deal with. And we were friends, of course, but it was more cordial, you know. Anyway, all right, now we have all these boxes and stuff to get through, so we should do it. But before we do, I want to check something. We're dealing with an air conditioning issue here. I may not have mentioned that. And I was just trying a little bit of troubleshooting with it down here to see whether it does any good to have it running, and it really doesn't. So I wanted to be sure I turned it off before we went too far down that road. It's going to be a rough day for some kittens. We might have to move Custard to one of the upstairs rooms. This house is crazy. It's the first house I've ever been in that has like multiple heating and cooling zones. Some of you might have a zoned air conditioning or zoned heating system. And not to get into the technical of it too much, but it's only the zone that covers the first floor that's not working correctly. So if Custard here gets too warm in this room later today, right now it's perfectly comfortable, and cats like it warm, so we have to go a little far. But if it gets to be too much, we'll take him to one of the rooms upstairs where there's still a semblance of cool. Turns out to be very convenient that Bebop and her kittens are up there too, because that works out, and Acro in his room, and DJ in her bedroom. That works out too. I guess if we were going to lose one, losing the first floor is what makes the most sense. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I wanted to check on my phone real quick and make sure that I knew what was going on. So, okay, let's open some stuff for the kittens, I hope. Let's start with this one. This one is writing all over it. It says, "Catnip warning, fragile. Do not open with knife, please. Feather toy warning, fragile. Do not use knife to open, please." I don't know. I feel like it also says catnip warning and feather toy warning, but the label's been kind of put over that. I feel like there's a message that somebody's trying to get through to me here, and I'm not quite getting it. So let me get my knife. I'm kidding. Just in the interest of trying to do what's best, I'm going to use the super safety knife that won't even really cut the package, much less whatever's in it. This is not helping me too much. I think I'm just going to have to tear it open. Oh, there we go. Now I caught it. You got to catch it just right with that thing. Okay. All right. Well, let's start here. There's a note. It says, "Hello again, gang. As you know, we love every bit of your channel. As we all saw so very quickly, love the feather toy enough to refuse to share." Oh, I think we had a blank spot there. It was supposed to be filled in with a cat name and then wasn't. Interesting. Fill it in with, make up your own, everybody. Let's try it again. Let's leave a space for everybody to just yell out whichever cat they're thinking of. Get one of the cats in your head. I'll pause during the middle of the sentence and you just shout the cat name, okay? I'll hear you. As we all saw so very quickly, love the feather toy enough to refuse to share. LOL. Here's a whole bag so the whole batch of fur babies can enjoy them. We added some handmade catnip mice for them to enjoy as well. Feel free to share the goodies with everyone as you see fit. Thank you again for all you both do for everyone. I'm certain I speak for most every viewer when I tell you you are a gift from God for us and the cats, kittens in your lives. We're happy to hear Dr. DJ is able to come home more and pray for her extra in her line of work. From Colleen and Greg. Colleen is Mrs. Bubbles on MRS is Mrs. right? Mrs. Bubbles online. P.S. Heard you talk about a southwestern room and thought you'd enjoy this. Well, I am ready to check this out, and I think it was one of the gifts that we're talking about with the incident where they stole the feather and ran off recently, right? That's got to be what it was. Oh yeah, the ones. Yes. I actually put that feather in our cabinet. It hasn't come back out since, but now you sent a whole bunch of them. This was great. These things are such good toys. I bet Custard would like to play with one too. And look, you sent a whole giant bag of them. So these are the, I don't know, it's a cork from a wine bottle. and it's got feathers stuffed in it with some glue. It's a simple idea, but it's fun. You can throw it, and the kittens love it, and it's just a great idea for a toy. And there's one here that's different than all the others because they all have feathers sticking out of both ends, but this one's like a little, like this one probably throws really well because it's got shorter feathers and it's only coming out the one end. And I bet I could really wing this thing around the room. That'll be a lot of fun too. I would do one for Custard, but he is in typical Custard fashion, like just practically asleep over here. You should do that where people can see you because you're just being a Custard. Yes, Ludaroo. See if you can sit right there if people can see that. Why don't you sit close to me? You want to play with a feather, buddy? Oh gosh. Okay, well, you play with that for a minute, but watch your claws. Thank you so much. Wow, Colleen and Greg, this is so, these really are great toys. And thank you for sending a whole bunch of them. You didn't have to do that. You sent 2 before, and that was enough. As long as, we sort of parcel them out. So you also sent a bag of what appear to be felt mice. Oh, that definitely have catnip in them. Wow, that is a strong scent. And they're cute because they're little felt mice, and then they have just one tiny gray stitch for the eye, which you probably can't even see. And then they have little painted on whiskers and a nose. Oh, and the ears, of course, but you can see that, I know. So cute. So you sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Awesome. Those will be great toys, and that's a strong catnip in there. I can really smell that. That'll be the good stuff. Then this must be whatever you were talking about, the southwestern room. So, which, by the way, I think it's going to be, if I have my way, the class after the hipster Weebops will get to do that theme. The hipsters, we're going to end up doing sort of, I think I mentioned this last week, a down the shore theme using all that stuff that we have. But I haven't deployed any of it yet because they're just, excuse me, this is loud, they're just now starting to get around. It'll be time for me to start deploying that real soon now, though. Okay, let's see here. Wow, what is this? Oh, this is too fancy. This is clearly too nice. What is it? It's some sort of a stone plaque, I think. Way too nice. Oh my gosh, why? This is so cool. This is really cool. Wow. It's San Xavier de Bac Mission, which I'm not familiar with, I guess. The stone is called Kaibab, or mountain lying down, and originates from near the Grand Canyon. So this is a piece of rock from the Grand Canyon. And this rock, this photographic process, as with the lost art of tintyping, utilizes a process by which the image is photographically reproduced. Each stone is broken by hand and shaped to complement the image. Each stone will vary in degree the colors and textures to further enhance the photograph. The process originated in 1971 by Al Peyron of Tucson, Arizona. This fresh approach has provided a full range of artistic control, combining graphic technique, texture, and working relationships of subject and medium. Care of the stone photo, it says to treat it like a paper photograph, dust it off with a feather duster or dry rag. Do not use wet rag, especially do not use warm water. This artwork is guaranteed for years as long as the stone is displayed indoors and away from the outside elements, especially sunlight. And then it's signed by Al, and in fact, the stone itself has on the back of it, it's written San Xavier. That's got to be right, San Xavier. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not pronouncing correctly. De Bac Mission, and then it's dated 1994 and signed by the artist Al Peyron. That is spectacular. Everything about it is spectacular. I love this, and I'm not familiar with the mission, but I am going to have to look it up now online and read all about it because that's fascinating. The architecture is very like Spanish mission, isn't it? It's just fantastic. Oh, this is beautiful. It goes without saying, this can't go in the kitten room, but it can definitely go in my collection of amazing things that people have sent us. That is so phenomenal. I love this so much. Wow. I've really like, man, when I was a kid growing up, you couldn't get me to watch a Western like if you paid me. I'd be like, this is the boringest thing ever. They're horses and they're just out in the desert doing nothing. It's so dumb. Why can't I watch Transformers? Um, but in recent years, I have really grown into it. In fact, I have tried to watch like every Western I can possibly get my hands on, and it's just become such a fun setting and history for me to learn about, and all new to me still. So it's been so awesome. Thank you for sending this. This is just gorgeous. It's real art. I can't believe you sent that. Colleen and Greg, that's really, really, really too much. It's super sweet of you, though. I know, Custard. Well, no warm water, so you stay away. We don't need you to think about licking it. That would be bad. And we'll keep it away from Loganberry for similar reasons. Hey, Custard, what is this, buddy? Do you want me to throw this? Would you get it if I threw it? No? All right, buddy. Wow. Wow. That is so spectacular. I love this so much. That's gonna be one of the coolest things I have. All right. I gotta keep going though. So let's open a box so that we might have a place to put all this extra packing material. Let's start with this one. Amazon Prime boxes are prime material for packing because Amazon often packs their boxes so loosely. Let's see here. Oh, hi, Custard. You want to get in there, don't you? Well, it says what it is, but it doesn't say who it's from. Oh, wait, there's more notes. There's more. Here we go. Now we got some notes. Let me move all this stuff back a little so that I know I can put this right here. And then I'll check the camera angles. And I will say there is a note. Checking the camera angles real quick. Good enough, I guess. We'll make it work. It says, Dear Mr. A and DJ, you mentioned you needed some baby blankets. Hope these help, from Norway Cat Fan. Well, Norway Cat Fan, thank you. Custard is messing with the live stream encoder machine. I don't think that he actually changed anything, I hope. I'm sure everybody will yell at me if something went off line there. Okay. Baby blankets, yes. So we can. Hopefully, what I actually said is that we can never have too many, and we've been going through so many of them with this class of 7 kittens, and we're not done yet. I know we're going to go through a lot more. I say go through. I mean, we don't. They're not disposable. We wash them, but we managed to go and get all of them dirty at once before I could even get them through the wash. So having more is always good. Plus, these are some fun ones that are going to be great contrasting colors with the orange kids upstairs. So, and I think I talked about the fact that we like these baby blankets, which are a kind of like real thin flannel, because the kittens don't get stuck on them the way that they do on some other things that people might send, like polar fleece. The kittens, they when they're tiny, like the ones upstairs are, they still can't retract their claws. So they'll get them stuck in anything and everything all the time, including each other. We had a little incident yesterday where somebody got their claw in Bessie's eye, I think, just a little bit. It didn't hurt her much, but she was yelling about it very loudly. Anyway, so here you've sent one that is the way that they always do these baby blankets, there's a couple of generic patterns, and then there's usually one that kind of stands out. Like this one has elephants and clouds, 2 generic patterns, and then clouds. So those are very cool. And these kind of light blue and the gray colors, especially medium gray. Medium gray is the perfect sort of background color for a live stream for kittens or for anything, because the cameras, the web cameras that we use, in any camera really, they default to adjusting the contrast, the brightness and the dimness of the image to match a medium gray. So if you actually have white, it will make everything look dark because it's adjusting to try to make that white match a medium gray. It's got to darken everything, right? The opposite is also true. If you've got black, it's going to raise that up and make everything look too bright on the black background for the same reason. But medium gray is perfect. It will adjust that exactly right, and then the kittens really stand out and they look great. So it's wonderful to have nice medium colors like that for the backgrounds on the live stream. And of course, if you got a nice manual camera with all the adjustments on it, then that's the kind of thing that as a photographer you adjust for. But the webcams that we use for the live stream don't have all of those settings. They've got a few, but it's not easy to get them just right. So it's cool to have these medium colors for the baby blankets, especially. And this is more medium colors, which are great. We've got a perfect sort of medium green color here. Probably doesn't look too green to you guys. We have a blue with bears on it. We have a white with these little black ticks on it, and then we've got a black that says something. I think it just says "Hi there." It appears to just say "Hi there" and "Hey" over and over on it, which is an odd choice, but it works for me. Okay. And then I've been saving for last the one that is clearly my favorite of the group because it has, again, it's got this fairly generic stripy pattern and a fairly generic star pattern, but then it's got a constellation pattern. I can even make out like the Big Dipper here on this end. And finally, there's the one that's got all the planets on it. I guess I say all the planets. I don't know if these are even planets that we know, but it's got a whole bunch of planets on it and little rocket ships. That is the coolest one of the whole group. I think this is my favorite, with the little rocket ships and the planets, and it's awesome. And now Custard has taken over your box. Hi, Custard. That was a box for me to put the stuff in that we have to throw away, but I'm going to take your picture since you're sitting in there and having a good time. Are you enjoying the mailbag now? This is fun for you. I know this is fun for you. Speaking of fun for him, I think he's really been enjoying being on his own with DJ at her apartment. I think that's been fun for him. And I think, honestly, the atmosphere of the rest of the faculty here, I hate to say it, has been much improved. We see things like Eddie is coming out and hanging out with the kittens and snuggling more, and even though he already was sort of coming into his own in a different way since we moved to this house, things have really been, I don't know, coming along interestingly with Custard moved out. So, like I said, we're going to take a long time to reintroduce Custard to everybody, and he'll get his own room and all the attention he wants and stuff. And somebody was saying that he was in jail yesterday, which is a fun thing to say. It's a cute comment, and I know nobody meant it seriously. But I think it's an important note that putting him in his own room while we help him slowly get adjusted to being nice to the rest of the faculty is not a punishment. Not at all. I wouldn't think of it as a punishment in the slightest. In fact, I suspect that there's a lot of cats, including Custard, who would much prefer to be left alone most of the time. Plus, in that room, it's not a jail cell. It's got every comfort a cat could want. He's got his own litter bags, his own food. He doesn't have to compete with anybody. And we come in and give him all the attention that he could possibly want. It would be like saying the mom cats that come to deliver their kittens here are in jail because we give them their own room. Not the case at all. And I know whoever it was that said it, I don't even remember. I know you didn't mean it, as something, but I think it's a fun point because it's the kind of thing that some people might say, and they might feel bad for Custard, and they might say, "Oh, Custard, he's got to be in his own room. That's so sad." He is not sad, and it is not sad. And of course, he'll be able to leave the room over time, and while we're supervised, we'll let him out to wander around, and we might even try some of the tricks that we use on mom cats, like putting a harness on him or giving him some gabapentin for a couple hours before we let him out, or whatever the case. Things to sort of stack the deck in his favor. He keeps trying to eat this treat, the tuna, the piece of paper that the tuna was in, so I got to get up and put it in the trash can. But before we do, let's give him another treat, and then I can throw them both away at the same time. Custard. I hear you. Yes, you just meowed. How about this one? It's not tuna, it's chicken. Have that right there. I'm going to throw this away. Hang on. Okay. All right. Moving along. Oh, this needs to go in here too.
right, there we go. Now we're starting to get things organized. Let's see what this is. This says right on it the return address on this one. You got that, buddy? The return address on this one says Etsy Dumb Shirts. All right, well, I guess I know what to expect in here. There's not a note. There's no note, but I thought I saw April saying that she had sent some stupid shirts, so maybe this is it. Let's just see here. So here's one that's got a little cat on it, and it's a little orange ginger cat, and it says, "I'm on top of things," and it's literally on top of things, on top of all the books and papers, presumably on a desk, just like a cat does. Saying "I'm on top of things" is going to be my new go-to joke when the cat is sitting on all of my stuff on the desk. That's really cute. I like that. I'm on top of things. And by the way, whoever did send these, make sure that you take credit for it, whoever it was. This one says, this is perfect. This says, two hikers, they're apparently out for a walk together, and it says, "Let's get ready to ramble." That could not be more perfect, and I will absolutely have to wear this for Mailbag in the future because that is just ideal. I have no idea where you found that. I love both of those. Thank you so much to whoever it is that ends up taking credit for these for sure. I love the "Let's get ready to ramble" one. Let me see if there's anybody confirming who I thought sent these on the chat. Let's get ready to ramble. For crying out loud. Oh, maybe you guys didn't get to see that completely with Custard sitting there. He is pretty big. So you can see it's like a classic drawing. This looks like something out of Boy's Life or, I don't know, one of those old magazines. And it says, "Let's get ready to ramble," which is, again, ideal. Those are fantastic. I'm just going to give April the credit for these until somebody else steps up and is like, "What's wrong with you?" It was me that sent it. We're going to go with that. And we're going to go with that. Let's move right along. Now here is this is perfect. This is a Chewy package. Chewy doesn't let you include a note, but people have been putting their own name in the address, and that's what happened here. This is addressed to Lily Cat, care of Kitten Academy. So that's perfect. I know this is from Lily Cat. That's the right way to do it, folks. I also see Maggie's at the door looking in. She probably smelled that treat that I gave to Custard. All right, Lily Cat, what have you done? What is this stuff? These are some very, very interesting toys. So first off, we have a Fat Cat Crackler that is a little gecko, and it does have a little crinkle crackle in it. I can see Custard's interested, or is he interested in that? Yes, he is interested in that. This is clearly an item that would make a good addition to our Southwestern theme room. So we will save it for that. I'm sure that's what it was sent for. You also sent some down the shore things. You sent a seashell, another seashell, and a starfish, which are perfect for the current class. In fact, we could probably give this to them right away. It says Summer Fun Seashell Cat Toy with Catnip. They're great size, they're great colors, and perfect for the current class theme. Speaking of class themes, you sent plush ice cream cat toy with catnip. It is a 2-pack of ice cream cones. I don't know how well you guys can see that through the, I'm not going to open these up quite yet, but those are really cool ice cream cones. They're little waffle cones, and they are catnip toys for the cats, which I guess you could go with that with down the shore, right? Why not? And then finally, we have a mouse hipster kicker. It is a hipster mouse cat kicker. I was wondering why this mouse was in there, like how it related, but now I can totally see it.
And we do have some hipster ideas here. They're holding, first off, like a Starbucks coffee in this hand, so you see that. They have a leather bag that they're wearing, and plenty of other little signs too. They've got the hipster glasses. They got their ears pierced up here on the top, and just all kinds of. This is a very hipster mouse. That is perfect for the little hipster weebops. This is great. What a great set of things you sent, Lily Cat. That is going to be so much fun to deploy around their room. And I will set this aside so that we can make sure that we do that. We are going to move right along, though. This one is also addressed. It has a clue to who it's from in the return address, which is always a good idea. This one is from the_kitten. And it says right here where I'm looking, not this end. All right. Oh, this one says open this end. All right. Well, now that's also very helpful. So thank you for that. Perfect. Oh, look, this end has the note right on top. That's why. Perfect. It says note. Is me mentioning J. Walter Weatherman a bingo square for anybody? That sounds like the kind of thing that could be a bingo square. Good morning. There's a note here to Dr. DJ, who I just saw wandering around out there. She'll probably make her way in, but it says, welcome home. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your hard work and dedication to your career. It takes someone very special to handle everything that you have to deal with on a daily basis at work. I know you don't like things to come for you personally, but you really do deserve something special. There are a couple of things wrapped in tissue just for you. Please be careful, as one is so small you can very easily miss it. Mr. A, I can't leave you out. I promise it won't wreck your diet. I want to thank you, too, for taking such good care of the cats and kittens at the Academy. It is hard work, and most do not realize how much goes into it, even behind the camera. I have a few things labeled in the box for Bebop and the Weebop's endowments, and one to deploy in the room for them. Much love, the_kitten. Thank you, the_kitten. I always pronounce the underscore because we know from our Twitter account how important those things are. If you go to if you go to Kitten_Academy on Twitter, you found us, and that's great. And if you go to Kitten Academy without the underscore, it's not safe for your kids. I'll just say that. So you got to watch out for those things. All right, this is DJ and Mr. A. It's wrapped in tissue paper. We'll save those for a minute, just in the hopes that maybe DJ will wander in here before we're done going through everything else that's packed into this box. Here we have, these are awesome. This says endowments on it. I love the way you've labeled it. I don't have to do it now. And these are really fuzzy, jingly balls with these feathers coming out of them, perfect for throwing and chasing around the room. The kittens are going to love those. They're going to love them so much. Oh, you also sent the same thing for the one that says faculty and room, and another one for endowments. So that's perfect. Wow. You sent cloth-covered springs for endowments. These are the fancy springs that are covered, not the plastic springs that we normally see. You sent, there's another set of the balls that also says endowments. Okay, that's a lot. I don't know what the camera can see over here. I think it's a little high to see all this stuff that I'm putting over there, but I'm doing my best. You at least get to see it on the way by. Another one for endowments. Awesome. So those must be for the hipsters because there's so many of them, right? You also sent fun tubes, which is fun, especially fun because we were just out of these. I put a few of these into every endowment because somebody sent us a big pack like this before. And I was just looking, we're down to our last couple few. So this is great, 30 pack of them. And if you do push the ends in like it says on the little note here, then you end up with the fun tubes that we are so familiar with. So awesome. And you also sent more baby blankets. I must have accidentally made a plea for baby blankets, which is cool because we can always use more, like I said. And these are a muslin cotton, which also look very suitable for the kittens to not get their claws caught in. And this one has horses, feathers, stars, and more feathers. Those are cool. These also look like the really big ones. I mean, like the broad, large size ones. Oh, they're for swaddling, and there's instructions on how to swaddle also. swaddle acro. 47 inches by 47 inches. That is big. Okay, I'm going to put that in what is now our pile of baby blankets. And we hit bottom there. So that means I get to start by opening whatever you sent for me that you promise won't wreck my diet, which means it must not be food. I bet it is. Let's find out. Okay. All right. Trying. Oh, beef sticks, original beef sticks, Jack Links. That sounds like some good stuff. I do like this sort of beef jerky stuff quite a bit, and beef sticks are fun too. I guess it won't ruin my diet, actually. This is good for a snack. When I'm like going through the kitchen, I'm like, oh, the only thing I have left in the kitchen is blue aprons that I have to spend an hour and a half cooking myself, and I'm really hungry. These will definitely hit the spot. That is, by the way, something that happens to me all the time. It probably helps my diet quite a bit, though. When I go in the kitchen, I'm like, oh man, I could really use a snack, but then there isn't any. Like that's a winner, right? Anyway, this will keep me going with the snacks for a while, so I like that too. Oh, okay. I'm opening DJ's gift because she's still not here yet, but we'll make sure when she gets here she sees it. There is animal figurines. Okay, let's see. A cat miniature. Oh, you know DJ likes very tiny things. I skipped something that was just sitting here in my lap too. We'll get back to that in just a minute. So let's see. Oh man, this stuff is so packed in here. It must be super tiny. All wrapped up. Oh, very wrapped up. Oh my goodness, layer after layer. It's packed in the box, the bubble wrap. Inside the bubble wrap is a little plastic bag. Inside the little plastic bag is shredded paper. And inside the shredded paper, we're finally getting to it. This shredded paper says cash card 100, cash card in 98. It says cash card all over it. It's like it was a spreadsheet of cash cards or something before it got shredded. That's very interesting. I'm trying to very carefully unwrap this paper. It is really stuck around there. It is a beautiful little glass, and it's a glass cat that has gold highlights on it, gold painted on it. I don't know how well you can see that, but it is really cute, and it is really tiny. And DJ has a collection of all the little tiny things that people have sent her, which lives not in our cabinet of amazing things that people have sent us, but actually upstairs in her closet, in our closet. It's a walk-in closet, so we go in there all the time, of course, every day. And in the walk-in closet, there's one shelf that is dedicated to all these little tiny things. This is an amazing shelf. So I know exactly where that will end up. But you also sent something else. This one is, hi, do these smell interesting, Custard? Why are you a part of this? This must be the little tiny thing that you said is so small we could accidentally even lose it. And it is also packed in a very careful manner. Wow, it must be small. I don't even see if there's anything in here, if it's just bubble wrap. Let's see how carefully we can open it. Oh, there it is. Wow, that is tiny. Oh, it's a tiny, 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 tiny glass cat. Wow, this is super small. Here we go. So let me just do a comparison. Here's the small glass cat, and here is the super small glass cat. It's like just the size of your fingertip. Look at that. It's like a mama glass cat and her little baby glass kitten. That's so cute. I'm going to try to put them both in this box carefully so that they don't clink together, and then DJ can take them up to her tiny space in the closet. There we go. Perfect. They'll fit right in there together, nice and careful. there's a the inside of this box that this came in, it says, "Thank you for purchase our mom's products. If you satisfied the products, please give her feedback and reviews. If there are things you want her to improve, please tell her." It's interesting that it is their mom's products. Anyway, those are super cute. The kitten, I know DJ is going to get a big kick out of those. And there was something else you said. Oh, a cat recovery suit for us to try. This is a different style of recovery suit. You guys know that we use the Sudacal suit, and you also have just seen the gifts in the handmade Sudacal clone suit that was made by Karen Sews for our kittens specifically, because the Sudacal suit does not come in a size that is small enough for kittens. This is interesting. This has a couple of different features from the Sudacal suit. I'll have to try it on kittens and see how it fits. The different features are, it's got Velcro clasps in the back. Velcro might be a little easier to get on and off than the buttons that the Sudacal suit has. And in the front, it's got a much shorter collar, and the collar has a drawstring on it so that you can make it fit a little more precisely. It's an interesting difference. If anything, just looking at it, I'm skeptical that this cut in the back is right for a cat. The Sudacal suits are cut way further down in the back so that there's plenty of room for them to use the litter box. I'm not sure this one is going to work that way, but I'm excited to try something that's new and see how it compares. Those Sudacal suits are not cheap, but they do work really, really well. And as you know, we also go through them because a lot of times the cats will tear them up as they're wearing them. So this could end up being one that we'll try, also, I guess is what I'm saying. Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. I don't know why I said it that way, though. It just made it sound weird. Okay. I need to make a pile. You guys have sent too much stuff. I know somebody made a reference to this already. Too much stuff for us, though. DJ and I obviously both prefer stuff that you send to be mostly for endowments for the kittens. It is wonderful when you send things for us, though. I won't deny. So thank you so much for that. The_kitten, very fun. Those tiny little kittens are the tiny little glass cats are so cool. Okay. Moving on, and I'm getting this is starting to feel disorganized again, but let's open another Amazon box and see if we get a place to put a few things. Or not. Let's find out. Oh, wow. Well, somebody sent us some useful medical supplies. And they are useful. What is this one, though? Huh. I have never heard of this one. So, there's no note. There's no note. My guess is that this is from, what was her name? The friend from Sarah Donner's show, who sent us the Miracle Nipple last week. I can't think of the name. Honestly, I'm proud of myself for remembering that much. Like, that's a lot to remember. So I'll just go with that. I'll be proud of myself. We'll just stick with it. So here we have 3 ml Allure Lock syringes. These are super, super useful. And they go well with the Miracle Nipple, which is surely why they were sent. I can't get this open. Wow, that is really stuck in there somehow. Oh, okay, there we go. Like, I have to show you a syringe. You know what we're talking about. There you go, just like that. There's a whole box of them, 3 milliliter Allure Lock syringes. Those are the ones that just have the sort of flat, they're not hypodermic. They just have the little end on it that you can stick things onto. And so this has 100 of them in there. That will keep us going for quite a while. Plus, here we have the small size Miracle Nipple. You sent the large size last week. We got 2 of the small size Miracle Nipples, and it comes with 1 3 milliliter syringe already in there with the Miracle Nipples. But that's clearly what these are for, is for us to use on future for the Miracle Nipples, since the syringes don't last forever. But the Miracle Nipples do last a long time. Although I'm noticing we have one of this size Miracle Nipples in the cabinet right now that I got out from our stash. so that I could try it on the kittens. And we tried it on Artie when we were tube feeding him. I wanted him to get a chance at least to go for the nipple, and I didn't think he would, and he didn't, which we've talked about. But I wanted to give him the chance, so I got one of these out, and I noticed that these, the one that we have is old, and we've used it before, and we've washed it plenty of times. And it seems like these might be a little softer, and it might also, the old one that we have might be a little discolored. So it's probably time for us to toss it and start using the new ones. So thank you so much. This is so nice of you to have sent us some new ones. And then this I've never heard of, and it says it is called Mailbag, and it says it contains FOS and probiotics, whatever FOS is. And probiotics, that's great. Pet AG probiotics, and it actually has some lactobacillus in here that I recognize the names of, plus some other ones that I don't even recognize the names of. And this is great. I don't have any idea how much this container cost, but I can tell you the probiotics that we use right now, like the Fortiflora is one of them that we go to, and the other one is Pro something. I can't think of the name of it, but they cost a fortune, just a fortune. This can't possibly be on that level. Maybe this is something that we should look for. And the reason I say it can't be on that level, I just mean price-wise. It looks like it's got all the same stuff in it. But if it was, then I mean, this might be the most valuable thing I've ever held in my hand, because that stuff costs more than gold by weight, I'm sure. And this is 16 solid ounces of Mailbag, which seems like something I probably should have heard of before. So thank you for introducing us to a new probiotic that we can try. I like this. This is perfect. And on the back, it's got a dosing chart for how much to do. And it also says, use recommended daily amount once weekly. Wait, what? Okay, whatever. Use above recommended daily amount once weekly. If it's a daily amount, why do you use it once weekly? It says to put this on top of their food. Okay. I'm excited to try this out. Thank you again. This is awesome. This is really cool. Sorry, I'm just it's fun to find something new like this, and it might be really valuable to us to find a probiotic that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. I mean, it's okay. The Fortiflora that we use, it's got its benefits, and it's definitely worth the price. But I just can't believe how expensive it is, especially if you've got multiple cats that you're giving it to every day while you're trying to get them to eat their food, or you're trying to help them get through an antibiotic course or something. Because you gotta give probiotics when you give antibiotics, obviously, so that everything stays nice and neutral, right? Because they fight each other. One's pro and one's anti. I know. You can't even keep them in the same cabinet because they just fight. That's not cool. Anyway, all right. We need to keep going. Oh, and I've got a box. I'm going to start using this box to put all the stuff into this for us. So I'll just put the stuff back in. I'll add in the t-shirts and the recovery suit and DJ's little toys and the Jack Links. And then we can take all that out of here together. Let's see, let's not stuff that in too tight. That glass cast in there. Perfect. And the letters. I would mention, I talked to my mom quite a bit, as you know. And last week in the mailbag, after the mailbag, I just sort of made an offhanded comment about how I save every single letter that we get during the mailbag. And I have since the very first mailbag. I've got these bins that are now in our basement, and we are on our third giant bin where I just put them in there. And I had mentioned at the end of mailbag last week that I do that. I don't know why. I've got the idea that someday in the future, I'm going to open the bins and go through them and read all the wonderful letters that people have sent again and be all nostalgic, and it'll be really enjoyable. And I had mentioned that in last week's mailbag just offhandedly, and my mom made sure to bring up on the call how special she thought that was. And I don't know why I'm saying that. I guess just because I hope it was, actually. I wasn't thinking of it that way when I said it. I just wanted to, make sure everybody knew that their words aren't just being read once on the air and then being sent off into the void. I'm actually hanging on to this stuff, and it's special to me. Okay. Well, I don't know what to open next. I'm going to start with a sip of coffee while we figure it out. I'll tell you one thing about doing the mailbag in here with Custard, who's now settled down behind me because he just doesn't know how to work the camera, is that it's much calmer than trying to do it with kittens running around, isn't it? Although I thought by now we might have some kittens in here. I guess DJ's probably making some breakfast or something. She's got every right. She works so hard during the week, and this is, I think, her first vacation weekend in quite a while. Last time she came home, wasn't even a vacation for her. She had to go to work that day. But she still came home overnight. So it's all right if she's got things that she wants to do that aren't mailbag. I don't mind. She can sleep in and make breakfast and all that stuff. But she is around. In fact, I just saw her walk by. Maybe even heard her. I think Custard heard her too and wants to go look out the window and see what she's doing. Okay, next box then. This one says, "Greetings from Wisconsin" on it, and it says "Fragile" all over it. Oh, and it says Kitten Academy on this side. Look at that. And it says "Meow" on this side with a little drawing of a cat. Oh, and this one says "Kittens," and it has little tiny drawings of a bunch of kittens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 orange kittens. I wonder if that means anything. Also, 7 orange kittens and 3 non-orange kittens. So this is exactly the kittens that we have at the Academy right now. 7 orange kittens and 3 non-orange kittens. Very well done. It also says "Fragile" all over it. So, of course, when I opened my car coming back from the post office to take all this stuff out, this is the box that fell out onto the ground. I'm sure it's fine. It seems like it's probably very well packed. Oh, on the inside it says "Heavy." Yes, well, I knew that because I lifted it up. but that's still nice to have on the inside, just as a reminder. Maybe by the time we've gotten here, I've forgotten how heavy it was. And it was, in fact, heavy. And it contains more baby blankets. I think we're covered now. I say you can never have enough, but possibly we do. These are great colors, too. They're floral prints, and this sort of... this is a floral, I don't know what you call this. It's not a paisley. And that's the only print pattern name that I know, so I'm just going to call it one anyway. Paisley. We've got polka dots, flowers, and pinks and whites. It's perfect for a class that's a bunch of girls. And this says "Okay to read on stream" with a laser cut cat, and it says "Thank you." And then on the inside it says, "Dear Mr. A, Dr. DJ, and faculty, greetings from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Thank you so much for all you do for the mom cats and kittens of Kitten Academy. KA has become an oasis of positivity for my husband and I. We wanted to say thank you in a small way by sending some items you mentioned you needed. Of course, no box would be complete without a few toys. Feel free to deploy as you see fit. From Heather, John, and their kitty crew, Bran, Danny Reese, I recognize this name from Game of Thrones, but I haven't watched it, so I don't know how it's pronounced. Also, Arya, Titus, Toby, and Hera, and they are the Frozen Tundra crew on Discord. So thank you to the Frozen Tundra crew on Discord, and I just realized for completely unrelated reasons that I plugged in the microphone today, but I don't think I turned it on. I think I'm using the bad microphone. We've gone far enough now, I'm not going to mess up everybody's sound by switching it to the right one. But I am pretty much positive that we're on the bad mic. And I'm sure that now that I've said that, people are going to confirm it. My bad. That's, you know what? I messed that up. I've been messing up a lot this week. Wow. Anyway, okay, I don't know why that occurred to me right in the middle of reading that. I think it's because I keep looking at the microphone and going, is it working? Is it working? It doesn't even look like it's turned on. I'm sure it is turned on because I know I plugged it in and turned it on, but then I didn't. You've got to change a setting to get it to use it, and I didn't do that part, I think. For crying out loud. Anyway, Frozen Tundra crew. Okay, so we start with some baby blankets that we saw here, and Beyond that, we've got some other really fun stuff going on in here, which is we've got Meyer. Wow, Meyer. I miss Meyer. We've got little ice cream cone cat toys. Again, this is a whole different kind of ice cream cone cat toy. Why do so many ice cream cone cat toys exist in the world? This is just like when I said I wanted to do a southwestern room, and all of a sudden all these cactuses and stuff are showing up, and I just never expected there could be so many cactus cat toys. It's amazing. What don't they make a cat toy out of? I have no idea. Anyway, these are perfect for, I guess, down the shore, because why not? People go to the beach and then they get ice cream, and it'll work out for that, and that's perfect. We also have Meyer organic catnip puffs, plush balls sprinkled with catnip. These are the perfect size for the little kittens to enjoy upstairs, or for any future little kittens to enjoy too, even if they don't like the catnip so much. Those are awesome. And then there's a box here of, it appears to be carry-out bags. It says 1,000 plastic bags. That is, and it looks like that's exactly what it actually is. Can I get this out? Man, it's really stuck in there. Hang on. I'm going to flip this over. Oh, man. This is actually a perfect thing, because I know I've mentioned before. Here we go. See? I don't know why it says T-shirt on it. I guess that's the style of plastic bag, because it has nothing to do. It says grocery, convenience stores, restaurant, takeout, carry-out bags. And the bags say thank you on them. They have nothing to do with T-shirts. But maybe that's what people in the industry call this kind of plastic bag. Oh, here, let's turn it that way for you guys. Anyway, there's 1,000 of them in there, and it's funny because I had been complaining about how since they made the plastic bags here in Connecticut, places don't have them anymore. And the reason they don't have them anymore is that the state basically banned them. They didn't actually ban them, but they put a huge tax on them. You pay 10 cents for each bag. So just this box of bags here, that's like $100 worth of bags by tax alone. So if I bought these over time at the store, it would have cost me $100. That's crazy. But we've always had a big collection of plastic bags that we keep because we recycle them by using them for trash bags and for picking up, the kitty messes in the car and all kinds of stuff. We use tons of them, and it's been a running joke especially with our vet, back and forth. Like, what are we going to do now that we don't have plastic carry-out bags anymore? So you have sent enough to keep us in business potentially forever. I don't know if we need any more after this. This has filled it up past the top, which is great. Thank you so much. That is very thoughtful of you. And I guess I must have mentioned that whole thing at some point. Otherwise, I don't know why you've decided to send those to us, but it makes perfect sense in light of the way things have been going here. So that's great. All of that is great, and I will add that to the stuff that we are using. And I guess these should go in the box of theme stuff, probably. And now we have another box we can use for endowment stuff. One of these didn't say it was for endowments, though. One of these said it was to use now. Okay, the one to use now has to go in here, and the rest of this all has to go in the potential future endowment box. There we go. Stuff that's generically endowments for us, though, is stuff that like I go to when I need some other stuff to put in a room. I just go and I go through it. I'm like, oh, this is good. So that works out. Okay, this has to go in here with the rest of the cards. And this also has to go. I'm just going to set this aside because the place where it's going to go is right outside this door. I'm not going to put that with everything else. I don't want to lose track of it. Okay. Good. Now we have a box for generic endowments. We have a box for trash. We have everything is coming together. Okay. 3 more boxes and then possibly a package for DJ. Okay. Let's see here. And Adam. Okay. This is, we don't know. I guess we don't know. Let's find out. This one got a little crushed. actually the tape that's been taped shut that says priority mail, so I wonder if they even had to retape it shut. Who knows? All right. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, inside we have a giant letter, okay to read on stream. Thank you for that. And inside the giant letter is, what is going on here? It is a Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places You Will Go, Happy Graduation pop-up card that is perfect for our little gifts because they've just had their graduation this week. Oh, and there's even so it's this giant pop-up thing, and it says, there's also a little tiny card that goes in the front that's really cute. Put that right there. It says Happy Graduation. Custard is very interested in tearing this thing up. And there's a note here that says, the note, okay to read on stream. That's what we like. It says, Dear Mr. A and Dr. DJ, thanks for all you do for the Kitten Academy. Since it's June and normally students would be graduating at this time, I thought it would be nice to have a graduation box of goodies for the students at Kitten Academy. Please enjoy the goodies. They are to be distributed as follows. Fancy Feast for the mom cats, Sheba for the faculty, toys for the kittens, treats for everyone, Yow catnip for the faculty, and Mylar crinkle balls for everyone. Please enjoy. Thanks, Karen. I don't know which of our many Karens this is, but Karen, thank you. You have definitely sent us a major Karen package. Karen, I don't know. I tried. Aw. Dear Dr. DJ and Mr. A, please enjoy these goodies for the mom cats and faculty. I'm sending another box soon. Love, Karen. So we start here with the Mylar crinkle balls. Another thing, much like baby blankets, you can never have too many of them. We've got all this packing material. Hang on. Let's see what we can do here. We have a Chitter Critter realistic sound kicker toy. Attracts cats to play. It has it's got a little tab in it though, so it doesn't accidentally activate ahead of time. That's really cool. I love how fuzzy it is as a kicker toy. That could be a lot of fun, especially if it makes some noise. So toys for the kittens. Oh, Custard is into it. Wow. Oh, he's tearing it apart. You need so that you don't fight everybody. He is into this. Come on, fight me for it. Come on, let's get it. Oh, come on. Don't quit. Come on, you were doing so well. There you go. Okay, let's see if we can keep going with the one hand while we are playing with Custard. With the other hand, we have tissue paper for our next tissue pit party. That's fun. We got rainbow colors here and pink polka dots. That's perfect. I don't know exactly where to put that so it gets to the right place when we put them away, but we'll figure it out. We have Just for Cats Super Colossal Toy Variety Pack. It has plastic jingle balls, and it's got a Charlie ball. It's got a little tiny catnip fish and a wand toy. Very fun stuff. Plus, okay, all right, hang on. Wow, you sent a lot of food stuff. You sent Sheba meaty treat sticks. Wow, I like the treat sticks too. They're a little bit easier to deal with than the churu. I'm not sure which one the cats like better, but the meat treat sticks, you don't have to go like wash your hands immediately afterwards like you do when you've been handling the churu. So those are nice. And you sent these Temptations shake-ups with this new packaging that is really crazy, like shiny with a little window in it. They really changed up their packaging. It also says new irresistible shapes. Oh, well, they actually did make some new shapes a little bit because I can see it's subtle, but some of them are shaped the old-fashioned way, and then some of them are more round, and some of them are more like little cat heads. It's pretty subtle, though. They're all kind of the same. Wow. Okay, so a lot of those, and those Temptations are great. That's the one treat that everybody seems like they can agree on, even if it's maybe not the healthiest treat. They all go for it. Also, you've sent a Yao catnip banana, which says Yao catnip for the faculty. Thank you. I guess I'll put that in here so it goes to the faculty. And then, oh boy, a big box of Shiba in various flavors to use as treats, plus another big box of Shiba in various flavors to use as treats. That is a lot of Shiba. And then finally, ooh, wow, no wonder it's heavy. Put that over there. Fancy Feast pate, classic pate, perfect, just the stuff we like to feed in the poultry and beef flavors, which gives us a little bit of variety. I like that quite a bit, because the one that we feed all of our cats here normally is just the classic pate chicken. And I know we sometimes hear from people that are like, how could you possibly feed your cats Fancy Feast? I thought this was an academy, not a kitten public school. It turns out Fancy Feast, specifically the Fancy Feast Classic Pate, because they've got a million different kinds of things that go under the name Fancy Feast. The Fancy Feast Classic Pate turns out to be a really good food, despite coming from a brand like Fancy Feast you normally don't think much of. It has high protein and it has low carbs. And you see a lot of the foods that you do think of as being really fancy. Stuff like, well, I don't want to say anybody in specific because I'm about to say something else, and I'd have to check the labels to make sure I'm not wrong about any particular brand. But I do know that for several of the really fancy brands that we've fed in the past, they'll write on the label something like grain-free, and you think, grain-free is good. That's what we want. We want our cats to have high-protein, grain-free, but that's not it. Because a lot of the fancy foods that say grain-free and advertise as being grain-free include something that is just 100% carbohydrates, but not technically a grain. Your cat doesn't need all those carbs. Stuff like they'll throw in peas or potatoes, or I see carrots, I see sweet potatoes, all this kind of stuff that you're like, even flax seed I've seen used, which is weird because I almost feel like flax seed, you would have to be like, come on, that's a grain, right? I don't know. I don't know that much about it, but I do know all of those things I've found in foods that proudly say grain-free, that come from brands that I think of as being the like high-end fancy cat foods and are 100% carbohydrates. So it's weird that you get that, where the Fancy Feast Classic Pate is low carb and grain-free, and they don't even make a big deal about it because they're Fancy Feast. They're above all that, or whatever. I don't know. They don't pay me anything to say that. I mean, I don't have any deal with Purina, and they don't know who I am. It's actually our vet that first turned us on to it, and then we did the research and realized that she was right about that. And there's a chance that maybe in the future we will move to something that's got maybe a less public school name associated with it. For instance, the Dr. Elsie's Clean Protein hits a lot of the same buttons, but we haven't made that transition yet, and we've got a big stash of Fancy Feast here, so it's going to be a while before we start thinking about it. I don't know how I got sidetracked like that. Let me do say, Karen, thank you. You have sent some fantastic stuff that I am really excited about, all of it. And Custard was excited about some of it and then already lost interest. Buddy, he's so big. He needs to lose some weight. I can't believe how big he is. Eddie weighs almost as much as he does, but Eddie is in good shape, whereas Custard, not actually in that great a shape. We need to help him lose a little bit. Anyway, we'll get there. Yes, Karen, thank you so much. This graduation thing is so cute for them, too. That could be really fun, maybe even for their photos. Of course, I've got a lot of photo ideas already going, so we'll see. Okay, now what I need to figure out is, where did I put all the tissue that we have? We might not have any. No, I think we do. I think it's downstairs with the backup food and the syringes. It's near those. So I'm just going to put these in here. That'll get to the right spot. These can go for, I think you said the kittens for endowments. You did say that. So where was our endowment box at? Is that this one behind me? So it is. That's a good spot to put those. This one you didn't say specifically. Custard likes it, but I think only when I'm shaking it around. I'm going to add this to the endowments for now. I'm trying to remember it's there in case we feel like we need it for somebody. Karen, one more time, just thank you so much. It's so sweet of you to send all this wonderful stuff. The food, I'm just going to slide over to the side since I don't have a place for that in my piles of boxes. Custard, you going to help organize some stuff? I'm going to move this out of the way. I don't want to risk anything happening to that. Right over here. Oh, this is more treats and stuff. Custard, do you want a meaty stick? I know. I just finished saying how much you need to lose some weight, and then I'm sitting here feeding you treats. Hey, there's a problem here, and I don't know if it's you, pal. It might not be you. It might be your parents. What do we got? You like these, don't you? Oh, it's been a while since you had one, right? Okay. So much easier to deal with than the churu, even though, like I said, the cats love that stuff. All right, here we have another Amazon drop shipment. Oh, and my name. Hey, pal. You want some more of this meaty stick? Meaty, good. Just like those Jack Links for me. Wow. Got something in common, buddy. We both ignore our diets and eat meat sticks. Oh, yours doesn't smell very good, though. Here, it doesn't smell good to me anyway. Well, there's an Amazon box here. There's not a note on this part. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there is a note. Good. All right, we're running out of space over here. Do whatever. This says, for the Weebops to bop around, have fun from Dino Ruth. Dino Ruth, thank you. And what it is you have sent for them. What it is a ladybug little toy mat with the arch over it that has all the toys hanging from it. That could be really fun. I'm gonna set that aside so we can bring it right up to their room. Yeah, that's gonna be good. I think it'll be fun to see them sort of trying to reach for all of the toys that are hanging above them. That's a good little kitten practice for them. Although I will say I don't like to leave these out when they're not being observed, so we'll use it when I'm in the room. Just because it's got all these string stuff that are hanging down, and at this point they're not very coordinated, so I don't like to leave anything that's on a string around the kittens. But when they're being supervised, this is going to be absolutely perfect. I love the way it folds up too, so it's really good for them. In fact, not only that, this is the first one I've seen that folds up and comes in this really nice case with a zipper. So I'll be able to put it away in between sessions. It's ideal. Dino Root, thank you. That, like I said, that's going to go straight upstairs with them. I am going to throw some more of this coffee material into the box that we provided. Card goes over there, these go over here, and then I'm going to put this all out of the way. Perfecto. Okay, I know. Well, now you've eaten the whole treat stick, buddy. Now you ate the whole thing, and that was more than you should have had. I'm telling you. All right, one more Amazon box. Oof, oof. Oh, for crying out loud. There we go. Oh, this says it's to Dino Ruth, care of Kitten Academy. So I guess we know who sent this one. I love that. That makes it so easy when I remember to look at it. All right then, and what is in this package from Dino Ruth? Oh my, there's a lot of stuff going on in here. It says a gift from Dino Ruth. Okay, hang on though. Oh, is there any more notes than that? Enjoy your down the shore gift. Well, I guess that means we know what this is for. There's a few things in here, though. First off, there is whatever is in here. It says it is a, oh, I see. It says Sea Life Catnip Cat Toy Octopus. So it's a catnip octopus, but it's so wrapped up in here that I can't see it. Oh, which is ironic because it says Sea Life. Oh, there we go. It is a catnip octopus. It says funky feline. What do you think? You like that octopus? You're like, no. No, you don't care. He doesn't care. That's fine. It's not for him anyway. All right, we got our down the shore octopus. And now is where you've really gone overboard. You sent us a whole bag of little tiny sea life plushies that I can probably put in a box with some catnip and make extra special. And they're each different. They're all different. Look, we got a tropical fish here. We got a little clownfish. We got whatever kind of fish this is. We have a sea turtle. We have a walrus. We have a manta ray. We have a starfish, an octopus, a killer whale, and a seal. That is a lot of variety. Those are so cool. Do not open, sold as a pack. Well, it says do not open, but I am definitely going to open that at some point. So sooner or later, I have to ignore that instruction. Finally, there is something here that says Luck Kitty size small. All right. Oh, watch your tail there, bud. Oh, it says 18-inch cat post on it. All right, let's see. We got to at least take a look at it before we take it. Oh, it's a palm tree. How cool. Wow, see, this is exactly the kind of thing that we could have used when we did that Tropicats tie-in. It does need a little assembly, but I can see how it all comes together. Hang on, let's just look at that. Look, how come we didn't find these things when we needed them when we were working with the Tropicats people? This would have been perfect, but no, we used inflatables that didn't last 5 minutes before the cats deflated them. You guys remember that? This is perfect. The cat scratcher palm tree, it couldn't be more perfect. And it's got a big base on here too. I didn't pull the base out. Easy for me to say. I don't even know how well you could see any of what I did pull out. But I am going to put all this in here for the down the shore theme. And then we're kind of at the end of Mailbag. But somebody sent something for DJ's birthday. And then they had said on the chat that we should go ahead and open it this week instead of next week, because next week is the KA Con, even though next week is closer to DJ's birthday. And I know DJ is not in here yet, but I wanted to get a preview and see if I have to call her in or if I can just open it and then read it to everybody and then give it to her separately. Maybe that would be the way to go. She can be pretty shy about being on the stream, you know. Like I said, I don't mind giving her that, this rare chance for her to be home. It says, have a perfect birthday. It's got all these cats sitting around with their little birthday cake. That is really cute. And it says, aw, to DJ, have a wonderful day. Wishing you a very happy birthday. Love and hugs from Sue and Smudge. Missing you at KA Mew from Susie Cat on Discord. And then there's another tiny envelope inside the envelope that says for DJ. And it says, aw, it is little whiskers from Susie Cat's Cat Smudge. And there's some black ones, and then it says the white one is very special because you don't find those very often from Smudge. That is so sweet. I know DJ will add that to her collection. She's right out there. I don't know if I can get her to come in for this, but it's probably the thing she's least likely to come in for because this is exactly the kind of thing that embarrasses her. So I think we'll let it pass. That's fine. This looks like it says wash before use, and it appears to be a pink cat scarf, which is really cute. I love the print on that. And there's more in here. Werther's Original Butter Candies. That seems like exactly the kind of thing that she likes. She's into caramels and stuff. I think she'll like that quite a bit. Also, a feline fine hand sanitizer. Oh my gosh, hand sanitizer in this day and age, that is like sending gold. So that's really cute, and it comes in a little cat on it. It is really adorable. This cat really has a look too. That is super cute. Plus, there's more. It says scarf pin to go with the scarf, and it is a little pin with two kittens sitting together with their tails crossed. I know it's hard to see, but it's very sparkly. It is exactly the kind of thing that DJ has on her shelf of small things. She's also got a collection of pins. So this is perfect, and it's very, very sparkly. My goodness, she does like sparkly things. She's going to get a big kick out of this. But she didn't make it to mailbag because we're done. We made it all the way through. I really think I didn't turn that microphone on, so I'm glad you guys can hear me anyway using the plain old microphone. I'm sorry the sound quality on today's mailbag is surely not up to our usual standard of excellence. All right, it's not up to our usual standard of mediocrity. Yeah, that's more accurate. But we made it through, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all the stuff that you guys have sent. It's too much. DJ would be the first to say it's way too much for her. I know that's exactly what she would say if she were in here and not out there making breakfast, coffee, tea, something. I don't know what she's doing out there. I do know she's going to greatly appreciate this stuff, and I do know that you'll get a chance to see her around a little bit. And I also do know there were some people that were wondering she does have next weekend to be here. She's promised to be here for KACon, so if you've been missing seeing her on camera, she won't have any excuse for KACon. She's committed to that. But despite the fact that KACon is next weekend, they did carve out time in the KACon schedule for the regular mailbag. So 10 o'clock next Saturday, we will still be doing mailbag, despite the fact that after mailbag is KACon. After mailbag today is the trial run for anybody that wants to make sure they know how to get connected to KACon online. Again, KACon, we're limiting to the people that are on our Discord. So if you are a Patreon and not on Discord, I've said it a million times, you owe yourself to get on there. And if you are not a Patreon and not on Discord, then we will almost certainly put out some videos from KACon after the fact, which I think we did for last year's also, and we did for probably the year before, and maybe even the year before that. So you will. We definitely don't want to make this like a walled garden that nobody can get into. We want it to be available to everybody, but just for logistic reasons, we can't just have it open to everybody right off the bat, especially because not that many people will fit on the Zoom session. So we'll make sure that after it's all done, we get some video out there for everybody to enjoy. But like I said, if you are on the Discord, check out the KACon channel, because in the pinned messages there's something about the test trial run that's going to be happening, I guess, probably right about now. Also, I'm going to do the usual thing where I start to get all this stuff out of the room, and then when I'm done, I'm going to say thank you one more time, and we will wrap up the archive. So if you are watching this on the archive, you can decide if you stay tuned for that or if you just flip over to the regular Kitten Academy live stream and write me out. Up to you. Okay, here I go. Thanks again, everybody. It's fantastic. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll talk DJ into helping me get some stuff out of the room, which means you'll get to see at least a little bit of her, if we're lucky. Hi. Oh man, I'm getting too old for this. Custard in a box. Hi, Custard in another box. Custard, you just want a room full of boxes? We can do that. What are you looking at, Custard? Custard, look at me again. Custard, stop. Okay, fair enough, whatever. Yeah. DJ? Oh, you missed all mailbag. All right. fooled you, buddy.
Does Maggie want to come in?
I don't. You can try it. You know, as long as you're ready to separate them as soon as she starts trouble. She does want to come. I guess that was your question. These are going up towards the washing machine, and then I'll see if I can find a kitten to bring in here for you this time.
Custard, no. Okay. Buddy? You do this, buddy? How did this even happen? All torn up. What? Yeah.
They were all napping together on the cat tree in my office. They were all snuggled up, and then I woke them up and brought them in here just to get bullied by Custard, I'm sure. You could. You know you're going to want to play with them.
Sorry.
Follow their rules when it comes to the play, buddy. That's theme stuff, and this is theme stuff. Let's put all the theme stuff together in this big box. I think that's the same box I took it out of a few minutes ago. That's fine, though. It's fine.
Hey, buddy.
That's theme stuff. This is the American Endowments, and this is stuff for us to distribute. I think that's all the categories of things. This box and this box. We just go out the door there. I'm going to go out this door.
Hey, kittens. Get your...
Custard, I brought you kittens to play with. Why? Why do you want out still? You should be playing with kittens. I need to label some of this stuff. Themes. This is just themes because it's got some for both, I think. A little bit anyway.
out, look out. Still about decided to abandon ship. That's fine. Alright, well, stop that from falling on anybody. Get that going for me. Look out, Custard, you go. Let's try that again. This is calling endowments. Oh man, wow, 1,000 bags of shirts. See, not shirts, 1,000 bags. Very heavy. Somehow. All right, let's see. These both go downstairs, and this will go this way with that. All right. Man, what are you doing in that basket? All right, kittens, I'm not going to leave you in here alone with Custard, but I am going to wrap up Mailbag. So thank you guys so much for joining us. And if you are watching this on the archive, then you can check out the regular Kitten Academy live stream to see what's going on right now. But if you're not watching this on the archive, if you are watching the Kitten Academy live stream, then don't go anywhere because we're not going